Houston, Texas, September 1973. In a match that had all the razzmatazz of a circus, Billie Jean King is about to thrash Bobby Riggs, former Wimbledon champion, and help make women's tennis a force to be reckoned with.
And I set up a certain ritual for myself. When I knew I was going to play Bobby Riggs, I knew we were going to play in the evening, so I started practicing later in the day. I purposely would play in the evening, some sets. I've never hit a ball against him, so I practiced about 250 overheads a day, assuming, I didn't know, guessing, total guesswork, that he would lob me a lot, and that if my overhead were strong, then that would make me strong as far as psychologically. If I could hit a few overheads early in the match and put them away, then I thought he would probably have a problem. I think he almost realized after the first game he probably hadn't prepared himself emotionally or mentally correct for that. That's what I was sensing. I'm pretty good at sensing what's going on. And I think he just didn't, he underestimated me.
But I think the score, although it was straight sets, and it was a one-sided victory, no question about it, I feel I can do better, and like Margaret got beat 2-1, she wants a return match. I think that I would like a return match.
15 years on, and Billie Jean is still campaigning, but now for team tennis, a project that helps players of all ages.
When I was starting tennis when I was about 11 years old, my mom and dad were very supportive. In fact, they were so supportive they were working 3 jobs. My mom went to work for the first time. She's a housewife and didn't have any training. My dad, who at that time was a fireman on the Long Beach Fire Department, he went and did some other work in a plastic factory. So there were 3 jobs between the 2 of them.
Still, I want to cut that because you see the ball 5 times better. And if you're jumping and driving and dancing and prancing, okay? Take it still. Here we go.
But I remember the first time I ever took a tennis lesson out at Houghton Park in Long Beach, when Clyde Walker gave me my first lesson. And I remember that after I had that first free group lesson, I remember my mom picked me up and I got in the car and I basically made an announcement to her that I was going to be the best tennis player in the world.
Billie Jean began playing when she was just 11 years old. In a long playing career that embraced every major championship, she actively campaigned for women's equality on and off the court. It was a tough battle.
I don't mind the label feminist as long as people understand what I feel the definition of it is. I mean, I can go into a press conference and ask 45 reporters, what is your definition of being a feminist? And they get this blank stare, and I say, well, what is it? You're asking me if I'm a feminist, what is your definition of it? And you usually have 40 different definitions. To me, it's every human being, man or woman, having equal opportunity. That's it.
Although Billie Jean spends much of her time traveling the world, it is from here in Chicago that she runs her team tennis program. Her aim is to popularize tennis and make it a team sport in which all players have an equal opportunity to develop their talents.
Hi, come on. Hi, come on.
I think girls and boys should be on team sports because real life is teamwork. Whether you're making a television program, whether you're a family unit, whether you work in an office. Let's say you're a writer and you write by yourself, but to get your book published takes a lot of teamwork. And girls have not had that training that boys have had growing up, at least in the United States.
Billie Jean played many tough matches in her career. The qualities she showed then, especially in defeat, are what today she is trying to instill in young players.
A champion has to enjoy pressure. A champion feels pressure as an opportunity, not a disaster. And most people, you will find, when it comes down to the critical time, whether it be in a business agreement, whether it be on the court at a real important moment or whatever, they say, please God, I don't want to have to do it. Whereas a champion takes on the responsibility and enjoys it. And that's what when I'm giving tennis clinics, motivational speeches or whatever, especially to youngsters that are in sports, and say, you know, Billie Jean, I always choke. I always get nervous. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. All those things are all right. The important thing is to admit it and get through it. And then when I tease them and I get laughing and joking around with them, I go, oh, give me your best serve. I love it. I love it. And then they start laughing like, oh, sure. And I try to help them that it is an opportunity. It's a challenge. That's what you dream about as a child growing up. If you want to be in sports, it's like being center court at Wimbledon, and you know, it's match point and this is it. And you want to be in that position in your dreams. Why not in reality? Well, that's what the champion likes. The reason Wimbledon's so special to me is, first of all, growing up, when I read all of the history books, Wimbledon was considered the best. Then when I got there, I remember Gerald Williams took me to the top of Wimbledon, the center court, made me close my eyes, and then he said, okay, now open. To me, it looked very tiny from up there. It's a very intimate court, which is what I like. It's a stage. That's what we are. We're entertainers. And then I went back down and went out on the grass with nobody there. The flowers were around, and the club's just beautiful. And I just imagined all the great champions playing out there, and I knew then it was going to be right for me. I played my very first match ever on the center court at Wimbledon. How's that for a sense of destiny?
Billie Jean was destined to fulfill her ambitions. In 1966, she beat Maria Bueno to take her first Wimbledon singles title.
Tennis really wasn't an open sport. You only got paid a little bit of money under the table. I mean, I was #1 in the world in '66, and I think I made $3,000. Today, if I were #1 in the world, I'd probably make close to $6 million in a year. There wasn't that kind of emphasis. And I really did want to be well-rounded, and I didn't have a real pattern. There wasn't a Virginia Slim circuit for us. There weren't all these opportunities out there that are available now. But I can remember by the time I was 18, 19, 20, I remember leaving college to go play tennis full-time when I was 21. Then I knew what I wanted. I was going to be #1. I was going to put myself on the line. I was scared. I said, I'm never going to do it if I don't make this move now.
Billie Jean not only went on to be #1, but by 1975 she had taken her 6th and final Wimbledon singles title, beating Yvonne Cawley 6-0, 6-1.
Oh, what a finishing shot. So Billie Jean King wins what she maintains will be her last singles appearance.
That match was not the last time she played singles at Wimbledon, but it did prove to be her final singles victory.
I thought about packing it in a few times when I had knee operations. I just couldn't imagine. I looked down at my knee and I just couldn't imagine how to ever recover to be playing at the level that we play at. A lot of people don't realize how few people make it in professional sports.
That's it. That's it.
Wimbledon 1979, the women's doubles. Partnered with Martina Navratilova, Billie Jean King wins her 20th Wimbledon title.
And what a moment for Billie Jean after all these years.
The previous record holder was Californian Elizabeth Ryan. She had held it since 1935. The day before Billie's triumph, Bunny Ryan collapsed and died.
Elizabeth was really heavy on my mind, I must tell you, every point. Earlier this year, Ted Tingley had received a letter from Elizabeth concerning the fact that she just felt that I was going to break her record this year. We talked about it earlier. And I think deep down she just didn't really want to see it broken.
Billie Jean and Martina triumphed together in '79. But the following year, they met as opponents in the quarterfinals. It was this match that marked Billie Jean's last singles appearance.
Yes, she's wrong-footed, Mrs. King. So the champion being watched there by her mother, who's been through all the emotions, has match point for the 9th time. Oh, she's left it. She's left it, and it's in. And that's the match. So the champion, Miss Navratilova, wins 7-6, 1-6, 10-8. A magnificent performance by both women.
In her career, Billie Jean suffered from serious knee injuries, sometimes forcing her to take desperate measures.
Yes, I have deliberately lost a match. I've tanked matches. Not, I don't like to say it. I mean, I'd rather not think about it very much, but I have. Generally, I've done it when I'm just so tired I've had it. I think my knee operations, when I had knee problems, I found myself having a lot more problem in that area. I just get totally frustrated.
Billie Jean retired from competitive tennis in 1984. Today she is back at Wimbledon, not as a player, but as a TV commentator.
Terrific ground stroke. She's got wins over Everett, Navratilova. Tennis is a sport of a lifetime. When you're young, that doesn't mean much. And now that I'm in my 40s, I think having tennis is like absolutely one of the best gifts I could have ever received.
You guys